What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for some more Pokemon Showdown Live. We are doing the OU Suspect Ladder featuring, Giratina-O. It's being tested for the next couple of weeks. I did change the team a little bit. I did remove the Manectric. I know I don't have anything to really combat water types now, but they're really not all that common. And I wanted to try out Lopunny, so I switched out the Manectric for that. Got Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Return, and Encore in case anybody tries to set up hazards or setup or something. I can switch in Lopunny and then Encore him into that. So that's pretty exciting. We do see a Lopunny here, so that is interesting. I see the Heatran. Vaporeon is something that you don't see very often in OU, so that's pretty cool. Skarmory, Gengar, Latios. I mean, other than that, Vaporeon, this is pretty much a standard team. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the video, of course, but if you guys want to share your support, you know how to do that. You can click the thumbs up button. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section, suggestions, the whole 9 yards. You guys are great about that. I don't have to remind you. You guys are like some of the best subscribers slash viewers slash friends on the internet. You guys are awesome, so yeah. Alright, so this is not a good thing. I led with Bisharp thinking maybe he would lead off with like Latios or something, but he did not do that. So we're going to just switch right into Nightwing, which can take on Lopunny pretty easily unless it has Ice Punch. They don't all carry it. What is he going to want to switch in here? He's going to maybe predict an EQ. Possibly. We did get some nice chip damage on it, which is great. We actually almost did as much to it as it did to us, because that high jump kick only did 22%, which is sad. I kind of want to go for my rocks, even though he could have two potential... I should have went for the roost. I'm going to roost now in case he doesn't want to kill me. But, yeah, he's got two Pokemon that could potentially get rid of the hazards. Skarmory and Latios both somewhat often carry the Defog, but he had to take almost 50% on this just to kill me. So I'm okay with that. And it will at least force a Defog, or somewhat force a Defog. His team isn't too bothered by the hazards, but it does break the sturdy of the Skarmory, which is nice. Breaks any Sash, which really, looking at this team, Gengar is really the only thing that could potentially be Sash, although that's not too common. I guess I could go out to my own Lopunny here and fake out this thing, but he's probably going to switch if I do that. But I still need to get off the Mega, though, because I want to be able to outspeed things like Latios and Gengar. So now looks like as good a time as any to get a safe switch into this. I have to go for Fake Out because if he stays in for some reason, he can just high jump kick me because he will outspeed me before the Mega Evolution. Yeah, he is going to switch, though. He's going to go into Starscream, which is a great nickname for a Skarmory. I usually nickname my Noivern that. But, yeah, so he does show off the Rocky Helmet, which means lefties will not be getting him back up to Sturdy, which is nice. Kind of tempted to stay in, thinking he might set up hazards and I can Encore him into that and then just high jump kick him to death. He has no switch-ins, really. He really doesn't, unless he's got... Unless either Gengar or Latios is Scarfed. Like, preferably Latios, though, because Gengar's Shadow Ball does nothing. He does set up the Stealth Rocks. I should have stayed in. Should have stayed in, but we did get Bisharp in here. I wanted to bring that in also in case he wanted to Defog as well first before setting up hazards, and he does not do that, so maybe he doesn't have it. It's still possible that that Latios has it instead, and I could Encore him into Whirlwind, I guess. But from here, I mean, we can just kill it with a high jump kick or two. Maybe one. I mean, it's not going to do that much. We're going to have to Fake Out first. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to... Oh, that did nothing. That did absolutely nothing. Wow, okay. I mean, at least he doesn't have his Rocky Helmet, so that's nice. But that did no damage. High Jump Kick is not going to kill. He's not going to Defog either. There's no way. There's no way he set up rocks and then is going to Defog them away. That would just be silly. I can still go into Bisharp, though. I guess. I just don't want him to Brave Bird, though, because... I don't want to take all kinds of damage. I don't even know if that would kill because it's a Skarmory that's clearly uninvested in its attack. But it's still stab, and Lopunny's pretty frail. Yeah, I'm not liking that so much. He does have a spin blocker, which is unfortunate. He could also set up spikes here if he has that. I'm going to go into Bisharp as he roosts. I don't like that so much. I can Iron Head to try to like get a little bit of damage and flinch him, but Bisharp really can't do much to this. Yeah, that only does 13%, and he's going to win me out as expected. So it's better than switching and taking unnecessary hazard damage. I'm going to Scald here because it's very possible he's going to try to switch in Gengar for a spin block. And if so, which he does do, so we're going to get some damage off on this. And, oh, that is a 2-hit KO unless we get low rolled. That's what I like to see. The burn would have been helpful to ensure the KO here, unless that 46% was a low roll. I don't really know. But I'm just going to go for Scald again. We outspeed this. I am running max speed. I'm not afraid. And removing this is great because whatever he switches in, I can just Rapid Spin on. Because I outspeed everything, unless he's got something that's Scarfed. Which, I mean, I guess that's possible. It is possible. Wait, did he Mega up his Lopunny already? If he did, then I don't outspeed that, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know, and he probably has Fake Out, so I can't spin on that, but he decides to not worry about that. He just goes right into Vaporeon, which is more of a defensive switch. I can't touch this thing, and I'm going to get off a Rapid Spin. As he goes for the Scald, that's not going to do anything, and he gets the burn. That means absolutely nothing. I mean, he gets a little bit of chip damage off on me, of course, but I do have Natural Cure, so I can just switch out and get rid of that, and it's not going to be a big deal. So now the question is, what do I switch into? I could use this opportunity to switch into Sylveon, and he's going to forfeit the match. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I definitely didn't have the win wrapped up yet. We did match up fairly well with his team, although Sylveon could not touch the Heatran, so that could have been a safe switch for him. Although we could wear that down upon, repeated switch-ins. So I might want to switch that HP Fire to HP Ground just for Heatran, because it's so common. But so is Ferrothorn. And, killing Ferrothorns in one hit when they switch in on a predicted Hyper Voice is the best thing ever. Although I also have Starmie to take on Ferrothorns, because with Reflect type, Ferrothorn can't do anything to Starmie. Like, it cannot touch it. It can't Leech Seed it. It can set up hazards, and it can T-Wave, which gets cured by Natural Cure. That's about it. It can't do anything else. Gyro Ball doesn't really do much because it's a resisted hit now. And Power Whip is too, and you can just Scald it until it gets burned and then stall it out because it has no recovery. And it's a good time. I feel like I'm talking really, really fast, but I'm kind of excited to do this recording, so I don't know. Let's see here. This is a pretty, I don't know if I want to say standard team. I mean, they're kind of standard OU Mons, but not necessarily together. I see the Bisharp and the Giratina-O together, which apparently is somewhat of a common thing from what I've been seeing, because you can set up hazards with something, which might be this Garchomp. That's why I let off with Sylveon. This thing can't kill me, and EQ does not kill me. I hope he doesn't have Iron Head. No, he goes for EQ. That does a lot, but you're just dead. Oh, just kidding, you're Sash. You are Sash. Are you going to go for Stealth Rocks? I don't want you to go for Stealth Rocks. I really don't. And I want to save this, too, because I might outspeed the Giratina if it's a bulkier spread, and it just OHKOs. Like, it just dies. So I kind of want to save that. And he does go for the EQ again. I don't outspeed this unless it's bulky. I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks either way. We might exchange rocks here. That is fine by me. What was I saying earlier? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I was talking about Bisharp and Giratina-O together. I guess the Defiant matches up well with it because Giratina is a spin blocker, and people might, resort to Defog instead of trying to spin away your hazards. But I don't know if he has any hazards other than Stealth Rock, so that's a thing. I tried to go for the taunt to see if he was going to be bulkier, but he's max speed with Stealth Rock, so that didn't work. That did not work. He goes for the Dragon Claw. He's going to kill himself here, and that's fine. I kind of predicted him to attack me there, so I just set up Stealth Rocks. That was the only thing that he could do to hit me, too, so I was not worried. He is going to go into Gallade. What are you going to do? Ice Punch, maybe? You can't set up on me. You could have sub, but I can break that sub with an EQ because your defense is bad. So, I mean, even when you Mega Evolve, I think it only goes up to base 90, which is not frail anymore, but it's not enough to keep you from, having your sub broken. So I'm just going to go for EQ. I don't really know what you're going to do. If you set up a Swords Dance, you're going to take damage. He goes for the Zen Headbutt. That's not a 2-hit KO. He takes Rocky Helmet damage, and that puts him in range of a Shadow Sneak. So that's exactly what I wanted to do here. I am going to Roost. He might want to switch. He might want to switch here. Yeah, he is going to switch into Giratina, predicting an Earthquake. I'm going to get back up to just about full HP, which means I can come back in on that again. And the fact that he went for Zen Headbutt means that he likely doesn't have the Ice Punch, I would think. Because if he was predicting me to predict the Ice Punch and switch, he would have went for something that would hit Starmie, like Knockoff if he has it. So, because yeah, that would be my switch into a predicted Ice Punch. Anyway, I don't want to stay in on this. I am going to switch in Sylveon here, and he does go for the Will-O-Wisp and Connect, so we're going to go down, and it's just sacking Sylveon, which stinks, because like I said, I may have been able to come in and fire off a Hyper Voice, but I didn't want anything else really getting burned or taking damage. Starmie's not a switch in. It just isn't. I can't do anything to it. Reflect type doesn't help me, because Ghost and Dragon types are both hit super effectively by their own types. So yeah, that doesn't do much for me at all. So all that does is make sure that Draco kills me faster, I guess. I don't have a switch into this. I have nothing for this, especially because he has Will-O-Wisp. Like, Bisharp doesn't do anything. I have to go into Lopunny, and I can Fake Out, I suppose, to get some chip damage off on this thing. I may have to sack Lopunny here. I don't know if I want to do that, because he has Bisharp. I mean, just to get some damage off on this thing, though, because I don't know how I'm going to kill it otherwise. It's just so stupidly bulky. It's like, it's the definition of a fat sack of potatoes, basically. It basically is. Its defenses are essentially Crest level. It has higher HP than Crest, and its defenses aren't quite as high. Crest has like base 130 special defense, base 120 physical defense. Giratina-O has dual 100 defenses, but 150 HP. So it's kind of on the same level, pretty close. But the difference is it doesn't have any recovery. High Jump Kick did nothing. Wow, 37%, or is that 32%? Not even 37. I mean, I can Encore him now, but I'm probably better off just going for damage, I guess, because this thing is useless. I don't like that. That's physically defensive if I've ever seen it. Like, that is just, it took that stupidly well. That's a 130 base power stab high jump kick from a Mega Lopunny. 32%. That's outrageous. So it's gonna do like 20, if that, like 18 maybe, because I'm burned now. That's crazy. This thing is just stupidly bulky. Thank goodness it doesn't have recovery outside of rest, as he's going to go into Gengar and take some damage here. As I did go for the return, I think he predicted me to go for high jump kick again. That did a lot. See, I'm burned, and that did 51% to this Gengar. But high jump kick did 32% when I wasn't burned to a Giratina. That's just crazy. He does go for the Sludge Wave, and I take that, surprisingly. He was not Life Orb. If he was Life Orb, I'd be dead. But anyway, yeah, so we're able to see the double KO there. Get rid of Gengar, which is great because, well, no, I still can't spin because he had two ghost types. He really wants his rocks up. Well, okay then, so I'm not going to worry about going to Starmie because Starmie can't beat Giratina, even though it's at 46%. I don't think he's going to go into the Giratina here. He's going to go into Gallade, which is perfect because this thing can't do anything. I can just, I could roost here to see what he's going to go for, but I don't want him setting up Swords Dances. I just don't want that, even though, I mean, that wouldn't be the end of the world. No, it wouldn't be the end of the world because I have Shadow Sneak and that just kills him. So, I mean, +2 Shadow Sneak, if he has it from a Gallade, does not kill Giratina, so I'm not really worried here. He does go for the Ice Punch, gets a crit, and takes me out. So we did have the Ice Punch, he just didn't go for it. He had to be predicting a switch last time, but, like, Zen Headbutt doesn't do anything to Starmie, which is my only switch in. I mean, and what else would I switch in on a predicted Ice Punch? Maybe Bisharp, but that's not a switch into a Gallade. I mean, and he went for Zen Headbutt, so I was like immune to that. I don't know why he did that. Unless he really wanted me to like switch in Lopunny, I just don't know. I'm kind of curious about that play. Maybe it was a misclick. For all I know, it could have been. For all I know, it could have been. I'm just going to go for Shadow Sneak here. He is going to die to that, and he might die to rocks coming back in, so he is going to switch out anyway. Okay, fair enough. Free damage on Sylveon, not even bad. He does show the lefties, which means he probably can't kill me in one hit, and I have Iron Head. So that's kind of tempting. It's not going to kill, but it's going to do a lot. It's going to be an easy 2-hit KO. Shadow Sneak's doing 30. Maybe he's specially defensive. That did not take that well at all. Actually, it just kills it. Yeah, that was specially defensive for sure. Definitely. So Sylveon's out of the way, and it did absolutely nothing, which is great. And you have to go into Bisharp here, I would assume. You know I have Shadow Sneak. That's going to do a lot to your Giratina. Do you really want to take that damage? If you're not, you are physically defensive. He is going to go into the Giratina. Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing, basically. I can't predict him. Like, I've made no predictions right this entire battle, basically. I haven't really tried to make any predictions, but I've tried to, like, guess what he might go into, and I've been wrong every time. So, I'm just going to click Shadow Sneak here. He's going to go for Will-O-Wisp, most likely. And we'll see if this kills. I do have Attack Investment, so nope. Nope. He is going to go for the Willow. He's going to burn me, and there's not much I can do about that. But Shadow Sneak still kills Gallade, because when it comes back in, it's going to be at 1% or it's going to be dead. The Stealth Rock... Oh, wait, no, he resists it. He resists the Stealth Rock. It's going to... No, he's going to be alive, but he'll have, like, 6%. I always forget that fighting types resist Stealth Rock. I don't know why, because it's very obvious, I would say. But, yeah. I kind of want to go for Dragon Tail, predicting him to try to set up Swords Dances, but I'm just going to go... Did that really just kill me? That did just kill me. Wow. Life Orb Bisharp. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not physically defensive, so yeah, I don't take those hits that well. And that's base 65 power, too, because you don't get the boost when you knock off Giratina, because of its Grisius Orb and such. Can't be knocked off. So, let's see. I guess I have to go into Starmie here. Although, Bisharp... I don't know if I want to take damage on this, because I do just beat the Gallade with a Sucker Punch. I'm going to go into it. Starmie can take on this thing. And Shadow Sneak, I don't think just kills Starmie if the Gallade happens to have it. So, but he showed Ice Punch and Zen Headbutt. He might not have the Shadow Sneak. He has to have a fighting move, which does nothing to Starmie, and I don't know what else he has, maybe Swords Dance. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head there. And the reason I don't want to go for a knockoff is because I want him taking Life Orb damage, even though it means I take more damage. I want him being worn down, so that's fine. That is perfectly fine with me. I will go for another Iron Head, because that did about 29%, 30%, so he might actually die from this. He might. Oh, and I flinch. That stinks. That stinks. This thing does outspeed me all the time. It's probably max speed. I am not running max speed, so yeah, it kind of just poops on me that way. I can go for Sucker Punch, though. I don't think he's going to go for Sucker Punch. I think he's going to try to flinch me again. And, yep, he's dead. And he's not even going to kill me, so that is the game, pretty much. Because Gallade just dies to a Sucker Punch, unless he's just going to spam Swords Dance. I'm going to click Sucker Punch all 7 times. That's what I'm going to do. As he gives me a GG, I don't know... oh, he does have Swords Dance, which means he has nothing to hit Starmie with. Because he has to have a fighting move. He's got Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and like Drain Punch maybe, or Close Combat. You're just gonna... You can set up Swords Dances all day, you're just gonna die. Like, Starmie will beat you. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You don't have priority. Is Gallade base 115? It might be 110. If that's the case, Starmie outspeeds it and kills it anyway. Or it would tie. It doesn't matter. But anyway, he said, wait, I lose to Starmie anyway. I don't know what's happening. All I know is that's going to be it for this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably do one more part with a few battles. Maybe make it a longer one, around a half an hour. I don't know. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or comment or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.